Hello, everybody. Oh boy. It is a stormy ass morning today, and I was like, you know what? I as well, while I kind of chat here. So, my morning has been spent doing this. Okay. I've been making sure that this gets fixed. Um, chatting and chilling Minecraft. Come relax. And then of course the normal thing. Yeah, I was like, might as well. Because normally I don't stream on Saturdays for obvious reasons. Trying to get everything fixed up. This is what happens when I do something that I normally don't do on a day. Is I out of just sheer like I just don't care enough about making it specific to one thing or another. I can also do this. Um, let me lower that down. There, now we have a little bit of background music. So, I can show off what I've been working on. I've been collecting torches and whatnot. So this is what I've been doing off stream. I've been working on this and also the lighting. Getting rid of torches where they aren't needed anymore. Um, Finishing this up on the outside and inside I have been working on recently. I don't want anything spawning. I also made this, which this is gonna get loud. So basically, this is what I have going in the background sometimes. Ow. 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 As soon as that final one happens up there, I can come down here and collect my cobblestone. It all gets funneled into these two chests and then down here. It's just an auto cobblestone, and I needed to put obsidian because otherwise it would blast the area around this. That's the main stuff I really did. Before realizing, I should probably stream some of this because I know it's interesting to some people. Also, expect the music to sometimes just get a bit quieter at times when it goes, between things. I cleaned the chest out from here, and I've just been going through, and I've been using the shroom lights behind because there's less entities to worry about with no torches, less issues. Um, and I've also been working on that for our main project. I did put water over here to see how it would look, and it's been making me think how I'm going to do this waterfall over here, because while I like it, I think I want to do a bit of like the B-dubs waterfall style. But I need to research that a bit more if I want to do that. Villagers, as always, complete hell. I need to probably get rid of them eventually. Um, I've also debated changing this out for brick and granite instead, just to get materials back and whatnot, but decided against it for now. I know I want to get some lighting in here, and I'm probably going to use like end rods or something since we have a bunch of extra. But as you can see, I sorted this out. I showed this at the beginning. No bone blocks because I already turned all of them into bone blocks and used them for the most part. Have to keep these like this and make sure that this doesn't overfill. But I have a whole thing set up over here. I can't remember. Did I empty this yet? Okay, yeah. So basically, extra will go here, and I can lock it and unlock it so that this fills up, and extra will get sent through here and then over to the bone meal thing, which if I show back here, you'll notice it has two going into it, one for the excess and one for the actual bone meal. Those are the main things I've really done, other than just like whatnot else. I also forgot I lost the torches over here when making a bunch of white concrete. Um, and when I say a bunch, I mean a bunch. Like, I still need to make more, but I also need to do more mushroom stems and whatnot. It's just a lot. I could put this back for now. Like, sometimes the music is louder, sometimes it's not. The other thing is I have a bunch of saplings, and I do need to get a different tree farm set up and whatnot. Like, but I have a lot of logs for now, so that should help. Yeah, I've been smelting stone as well this morning. Ooh, we got a bunch. Like, I'm only doing stone temporarily because I plan to do, like, texturing afterwards. So I've just been kind of setting up the baseline of what I plan to do. Like, I like the idea of having this be a cave of where we have, like, some of our farms. So that's kind of what I've decided to do. Boop, boop, boop. Plus, with the natural way the hill looks inside, it's gonna give a whole different type of look as I get certain things in and stuff like this. Because while it's not big, it's still enough that it makes a difference when it comes to the building part. And I need to make sure things don't spawn as well, because that would suck. But yeah, it's weird streaming at this time for me, but I don't have anything to do today, so. Forgot how intense Yaren's fight is? Fair. Also, hello, 22. Hope you're doing well. I shouldn't have gotten rid of those shroom lights, because I'll probably put them here, but first I need to fill this in too. Like, I originally was just gonna put someone playing Repo in the background and do this, but then I was like, I don't have anything today, and I was already gonna work on this. So, might as well at least stream it. Because I really do enjoy building in this game. I just need the right ideas when I do it. Then I can do it at a very good rate. I know, a pre-release with the Happy Ghast appear, is now a thing, so that's something cool. In my spare time, one of the games I've been working on 100%ing is Polypine. It's a more recent game, but it's just something that, like, I know people wouldn't find interesting if I played it just because of, like, the achievements of wait 1,000 years is literally, like, wait a certain amount of hours with it on the fastest speed and just keep it going. Or, like, the one I got last night, Poop Grandmaster. Because I just put it in the background while I was doing stuff. And then I came home with my PC still on, completely forgetting I left it on, and was like, oh shit, I left that on. But I had gotten the achievement. But yeah, I was like, might as well just stream. I enjoy it. It's been a lot of chaos in my personal life, so it's just nice to relax a bit. I will say, my tournament thing went pretty well. Didn't win, but I didn't expect to win. But it was weird playing Mario Kart Wii again for the first time in a long ass time. Because it was a Mario Kart tournament with Mario Kart Wii. But they specifically had nothing unlocked. So I was here playing, like, I played different characters each round until people stopped using Yoshi because I like Yoshi a lot. Otherwise, I'd be playing Daisy because Daisy is my favorite character. Like, Daisy and Yoshi are my two favorite characters to play in Mario Kart. But, of course, when both of them are taken up, you really can't do much. It is interesting, though, because I'll just be sitting here doing whatever and just pop, something happens. That's been what's been happening recently for me, so it's, like, nice to relax. Because I know there's certain stuff I can't talk about due to a few reasons. I don't really need those, so. I want to make sure phantoms don't spawn real quick. Just because they've been a nuisance. Because phantoms are one of those things that I've been dealing with a lot because I just keep forgetting to sleep. But yeah, in here, I do plan to add the concrete and whatnot, but here, I think what I'm going to have to do is, like, set up a temporary thing. I don't know for sure. We'll figure it out. Any bone blocks yet? Nope. Then again, I don't think, yeah, these aren't full yet. But I do have a lot of melons. The melons come in quick. And since I have pale moss in there, whenever I click this, it's just gonna slowly fill up. Which is always nice, honestly. Because this is how I get the bone meal. Plus, it's also satisfying to watch that happen. Like, if I go here, I have an entire set of double chests full of moss. Almost 2. And then I have a bunch of moss carpet. And then a bunch of pale moss carpet, bunch of those. Oh, yeah, phase 2. Yeah, that's phase 2 of Yeren. I know what you're talking about with that. Yeren's phase 2 is a pain in the butt. I mean, it is tornado season, so I'm not too surprised. But yeah, I feel ya on the wait, what? He freaking healed? What was I doing? Oh yeah. Bone. I've been working on getting bone blocks. I've just been using a lot of them. Still not a lot though. Because the bone blocks are a pain in the ass to make. The other thing I need to do though, I need these. And unironically, I'm just gonna do this. If I had... I got an idea here. Because I need the pod soul real quick. You know, I should probably put it closer to my home for this, but... Well, I at least got one back. I always forget that axes are faster with this than hoes. Because that's the one thing that does annoy me about the two different mushroom types. One's faster with hoes, the other's faster with axes. I don't know why they did it like that. But it annoys me. Especially now that I remember. Ooh, this one's almost dead. Do I have an extra mending book? I hope I do. Um, yeah, because I have a bunch of like the blocks, but not a lot of stem, which is what I need. Um, I'm still getting used to this. Uh-huh. Oh. Swift sneak, fire protection, silk touch, efficiency. Let me just boop. Let's go grab a mending book real quick. Because I might as well grab one. But I do have some fun ideas for builds. Because, like, normally when I do this stuff, I'm already quiet as hell. So it's not, like, abnormal for me to go quiet while doing this. Thank you. And let's grab ourselves that mending book. I could probably, like, mess with the music more if I really felt like it, but I'm also like, whatever. Do I have an anvil in any of those? No. I know where to get a bunch of the XP I need, at least. Because one of the things I keep meaning to do for the piglin farm is making a storage system there. I just haven't done it yet. That is something we should do after I'm done, like, refreshing the mushrooms. Also, I just catch myself sometimes just petting the head of the Noivern plush I have now. I don't know why I keep doing it. It's just a weird thing I just have recently kept doing. So, I'm curious if this is a me thing or not, but I keep, like, I can tell how bad the storm is because of the smell as well. Like, can anyone else smell the electricity? Or is that just a me thing? I am turning off hostile creatures because this is going to be loud. And here they come. There's two. Just give them a bit to spawn and they will... Yep. Here comes the horde. I also did set up a smelting part of this, and I really need to set up, like, right there, I need to set up a full sorting system for the piglin bartering. That's, like, my biggest thing I need to do. I want to make sure that there's... Yep, here comes some more. I mean, this is a great way to get XP. Though I will say, I probably should put something to stop the furnace there. Because as you saw just from the quickness, like, this is how many I have smelted. Like, this is all from just smelting swords and shit. Like, it's actually crazy. I probably should also get a cleric villager. That would also be a great way to get some extra XP, but also some emeralds. Getting one over here just to trade the rotten flesh to wouldn't be the worst idea. It'd just be a pain in the ass to get it here. I like being able to do this because it's way more efficient. At least for me. Here comes the horde. Hello, piglins. I just want to get this axe up to a relatively good durability. Because it's not like the rest of my stuff is. And even if this is only Fortune 1, I'm just gonna use it as, like, for the mushrooms and getting more. So it's just better to do anyway. Um, just gonna quickly do that. I know, geez, these piglins sometimes take a while. Whenever they are gone, then you have to wait for the one thing. I mean, I know one way to temporarily disable this. I hate how far those can fly. Of course I just missed it. Dang, 3 stacks? That's a good chunk. And even then, I think this should be at least enough for now. And I probably should set these off again because I do need the quartz. But right now, I've been trying to fill these up. Though I definitely could fill them up again. Ouch. I need to make a bunch of comparators for in there. You know what? That should be something we do today. Make a bunch of comparators and stuff and actually build the sorting system for this. God, there's so much I realize that I need to do. I've been slowly collecting some of the quartz, but as you can see, I am running out as well. Because if I go to my redstone components chest, that's how many comparators I have left. You can also see that we have no observers left, and I have a few extra crafters in case. But the keyword is in case, because I had to create them, and I accidentally created extra. Because I need to top up on these mushrooms. That's why I'm doing this first. Holy shit! Because topping up on the mushrooms is nice. There we go. I always forget how big these things can grow. Like, it's actually insane. There we go. That should be enough of those. I need some brown ones now. Fortune 3 would make this a lot more, like, efficient, but I would need to get a Fortune 3 book if I don't already have one. Oh, wow, that was, like, instant. Okay. And I did get some mushroom blocks out of it. I actually thought I wouldn't get that many from one. Normally it takes me so much longer. I just wanted to stack up a little. Another thing we're going to need a lot of. Now let's go fill in the rest of our cave. I know the ceiling and stuff is going to take a lot longer to finish, but that's a later issue for me. Okay. Like, I know there's, like, copper and whatnot, but I'm not taking the ore because I don't need that specific ore. Like, I probably should go for, like, some redstone mining and whatnot for, like, redstone, diamonds, and shit like that. But, yeah. Because for the museum, we need so much quartz that it's like, I might as well just do the farm. Because Gotta spend some quartz to make some quartz. And I'll probably make an area to burn stuff that's like excess. But I know for like the quartz and whatnot, the stackables, I want to make a bunch of chests, but then I'm gonna make 2 sets of non-stackable chests at least. Because I want to make sure we get a bunch of like soul speed, fire res potions, iron boots are all right. I can always smelt those down. But for like the stuff that like iron nuggets that we can get from them, what I'll probably do is look at possibly setting up a crafter so that it auto crafts them into blocks so that it's even more bulk storage. But if not, I'll just keep them as nuggets or ingots. It depends on like the rates of it. Because I know I can't really do that with Blackstone. But what I could do is siphon off of each of them so that like one keeps normal, one makes polished, one makes brick, one makes cracked brick. Like I could set up systems like that, but I don't know how good of an idea it'll be to do so. Because it would be a little more risky for like space. But it's not like an impossibility. I could do the same with quartz, but I would need to have certain things get filled. And I'd need to set up like nether transport with nether portals. But because of how they change nether portals, I would need to throw them differently through portals. Because nether portal transport is a bit different because they made the size of nether portals portal blocks smaller. So I can even show that actually. So the nether portal block used to act like a full block, but now acts as its size, at least in a few snapshots it did. I don't know if they reverted it or not yet, but even then, it's like really bad for redstone. Because it like removes a lot of that interdimensional transport and just takes it and just throws it out the window, which does suck. I'm getting better at flying. Being able to do that, I'm getting a lot better with the Elytra. Because I normally just don't use it outside of stuff. So this is like the first time I fully am like using its potential. I definitely don't mind it 100%. Okay, so I need comparators, torches, repeaters, dust, let me make some repeaters real quick. I didn't realize I had run out of those, so. Okay, so dust, repeaters, hoppers, which I think I am out of too. Yes. Specialty blocks. I could do crafters, but I don't think it's worth it right now until we get a better idea. Then I need chests, which... Let me just craft a stack of them. Boom. And actually, I should craft another stack just for making hoppers. Because we're going to need a lot of hoppers. Like, a lot of hoppers. Like, this iron farm, I could probably make a more efficient version. I just don't care enough to. Like, we have a bunch that I've just gotten naturally. I just... It's rare that I need as much iron all the time. Still haven't gotten that to a bone meal yet. Big rip there. There we go. Stack of hoppers should be enough. Hopefully. Okay, let's go do some redstone. I also should probably go grab some red wart, because that is what I've been using as the building block. Because things can't spawn on it. And I looked into it. It's possible they were spawning on the warped wart, but there's no 100% sure. They were not spawning on the slabs, at least. Also, I don't remember if I showed that off on stream doing the inside of this. But it took a while to build this when I was actually doing it. I think the most annoying part was getting the dropper vader working, because that's always like one of the more annoying parts of this type of thing. Because in the nether, you can't use water elevators, and it's like, ugh. So, boom, 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 boom. So, let's kind of take a list. So, quartz, leather, obsidian, blackstone, gravel, crying obsidian, soul sand string, spectral arrow, fire charge, nether brick, ender pearl. Ender pearl I'm gonna need to do a bit more on to get it to do correctly, so are you starting to see how much we're gonna need for this? So let's just try and get something of each. Because this is gonna show just how much we need. Okay, doop, doop, doop. I am so happy to this day that Impulse created this item sorter with the Impulse item sorter. It's so damn useful. I don't even know if we'll have enough of our blocking blocks either. That's the crazy part of this whole process. So let's start from here. Boom. Gravel. Gravel for this one. Blackstone. Blackstone. Obsidian. I feel like the obsidians don't need two. Soul sands. Nether brick. Pearls is a difficult one. Keep going. Okay, let's start with the first. And I just realized this whole time. Boom. Okay. Okay. As you can tell, like, this is going to be a painful process. Okay. Time to check these. I want to make sure the Ender Pearl one works well, because I know it can be finicky. Gravel. Soul Sand, Nether Brick, Ender Pearl. Perfect. Okay, and then these don't have anything yet. I need more special blocks. String, fire charge, leather. Quartz, spectral arrows. Yeah, because some of these I'd rather have multiple of for my own sake. So let's get these going. Like, if I need to, I will literally turn this around. Okay, so leather, spectral arrows, I will put here instead. And then I want quartz here. And then I hope that's enough that I don't need to worry. Let's see, what else do they give? More blacksmith. Water bottles. Okay. Also, the fact they got water bottles in the Nether is weird if you think about it. If it didn't already have some form of water at some point in history. Just a little fun fact to think about. Well, that's awkward. I'm actually going to need to move that, I think. Or I can do the next best thing with this and just move this. Oh yeah, that's going to get in the way, so that won't work. So actually, instead... Ah! Balls! Okay. Instead, what I was talking about... not dropping my axe. We're going to move this, because we're going to need to either way. In this case. Also, if there is anything going wrong, just do tell. Ugh. Storms be storms. So what I can do here, and I'm going to need to go around that. Okay. And then here. Boop, boop, boom. So if I do this, then I need boop, boop, boop. So we can have spectral and quartz. And then other possibilities. I'm going to need more of that. Jesus. I'm probably going to do it right through here. But not much I can do. Okay. let's go back, grab some extra stuff, because I know what I'm gonna do here. And put this back. I'll grab cherry wood for this one. I always forgot I didn't move that. Anyways. Anyways. I also need more of the red wart. I should have enough of that. I'm going to grab the quartz while I'm here as well. But as you can see from just how, like, much there is, we're gonna be here a while. Wrong layer. Hey, that was actually a perfect one. Okay, and then now I need... Let's see how much this gets affected. Oh shit, this needs to be out one more. Oops. That's on me. I didn't notice. It happens. Okay. Boom, boom. And then I need to do that. I'm actually going to... Since I use glass, it's not going to be too bad. And then I can go boop. And I can always add composters on top of this to reduce lag and whatnot. Okay. And actually, I think I will remove that one. Though I could keep it as, like, excess. But if I do this... Yep, went there. So I will keep it as excess. Actually, I just had a better idea. Hey there. Hope you're doing well, Chill. Well, I'm glad you're doing better than ever. It's always nice when that happens. I'm just streaming on a day I normally don't because I'm just chilling today. Though I will say the storms definitely are not doing good for me. I know that probably comes through on stream very easily. Because I know very well how storms like to affect stuff for me. So I'm expecting it to probably look weird as hell half the time. Right now, I am working on my little area. Slowly making stuff. Because I need a bunch. Oh, that's... I won't be able to access that, actually. Which one is that for? Leather? Hey, Iris. Hope you're doing well. It's been a while. I think I'm going to move this over one. I think that's going to be a better choice here. Yeah, it is weird streaming on a stormy Saturday like today, but it's nice. Because it was like, I didn't know what I was going to do anyway. I just was like, I'm already building stuff. I might as well do something with it than just leave it like this. So I did. And now we are building redstone on stream because I can finally get this completed. I'm gonna need to change that hopper. That hopper is basically gone temporarily. There we go. And then boop, 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 boop. There we go. Okay, so for this first one, boom. Oh yeah. Literally forgot like the most important part of that. But yeah, been a lot of chaos for me in my personal life. One of the things, though, is the Mario Kart tournament thing went pretty well. It was nice just spending time with my mom. I didn't win or anything, but it was just nice to play Mario Kart Wii specifically. Like, that was the one that we inevitably ended up playing, and it was very odd. Don't like talking to people that much, watching a stream. Fair. I understand that feeling a lot. Like, half the time when a bunch of people are over, I will just sit quietly in my room because I don't want to deal with people. Even when, like, unless I have, like, friends over. So, like, let's say a roommate or something brings over, like, people. I'm just the one to sit there just, like, in my room, like, nope, I'm not peopling today. You know what's the crazy part of all of this? This is all just for this. Because they give so much crap. I will say, though, once I start it up, we will not have... God, we've already used over a stack of chests. And then we'll have that gold there, which actually... As much as I don't like moving stuff, sometimes I think it's just better to do this so I can actually access these top chests. We need to go make a bunch more chests, and then I need to hopper these. So I'm gonna need to go down here, and I need to get it into there. Doot. Okay, so yeah, right here. This is like crazy. You've managed to greatly displease your DM. That can take a lot of stuff or very little stuff depending on the type of DM. I know my group has been talking about when we can next try to get together. The first week when we're talking about, I'm not even going to be in town. I'm going to be with my partner. So it's like, well, can't do that weekend. The next one, one of my friends is working. So that was like, well, that's another no-go. It's just been a lot of that type of stuff. So it's kind of crazy, but I'm excited for our next session whenever we do manage to actually do it. That's another stack of chests. You know, I'm gonna make 2 extra stacks just in case. Honestly, I totally get why they aren't going to add any, like, colored chests or anything. Because just think how much chaos that would be. It would be very difficult to implement, especially with the amount of chests that people make with separate wood types. It would just cause more clutter unintentionally. I feel like a lot of people forget that. You know, I don't need all the stuff from the piglins. And I probably could set up a thing to burn a bunch of this too. Eternal Night discovered Shadowblade spell. I love that spell. It's so underrated for how fun it can be. So one of the times I had a player use it, we flavored it specifically. So instead of the normal way it works of summoning a blade, it basically affected their weapon and just dealt the Shadowblade spell damage. So they had brass knuckles. And what they did is made it so the brass knuckles became spiked with shadowy blades. So it was just really fun. I love when stuff like that happens. Okay. Now for this wall. Good thing I brought 2 stacks. Because not only was 1 stack enough for that, like, even then I still need 2 more chests. Jesus. And I also forgot I need hoppers. I can make more. This has definitely been one of my longest projects in this world, I feel like. Other than the museum. Drow Rogue just trying to arrange some time to play together now. That's always the hardest part about D&D, people forget. I will say, I did meet some other D&D nerds while we were doing our stuff for the Mario Kart tournament, and we got talking, and like, her husband was there just like, she's the extrovert. But me, being a nerd who will nerd out about anything if I am around the right people, just was nerding off about stuff, and we got talking about all sorts of things. I actually made it surprisingly far into that. Like, I was the like 5th place for the first time playing Mario Kart Wii in like several years. I also realized Mario Kart Wii came out in 2008, and it made me feel even older than I already am. Like, Jesus. But basically, during the tournament, what they decided to do is, if you're part of the tournament, you get like a free small glass of beer, but it's like, I don't drink. I just don't like alcohol. So I just gave it to my parents because my dad decided to come and chill with us, which was nice. Shit! It's always nice when you just get to chill. Sure. I honestly love hearing about people's first experiences with D&D because D&D is just one of those games that experiences can change drastically depending on the DM, the players, like, just overall, I love learning about how different people experience it because, for example, one of my close friends has a power DM, and power DMs give a lot of powerful stuff to the players, usually. So you see a lot more broken stuff like, oh yeah, for example, he owns a separate dimension, and they all are like gods reimbursing their own power. But then you have campaigns like mine where, as a DM, it's more about the story and just overall like characters, which is like full on like role play heavy compared to like combat heavy. But whenever combat comes through, there's still role play aspects to it. Like, that's how I play. Of course, it's different for everyone, But it's so nice to learn about those different experiences, in my personal opinion, because it helps me learn a lot more about how different DMs work, and it helps me learn possible ways I can do certain things better. And I've used it to great, like, use for ideas and whatnot that even I use now. Also, get ready to start hearing droppers going tick 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 tick. Yep, there they go. You need to jump over a small river. You could just walk through, but 3/4 of party members did a cool back. Honestly, that sounds about right for D&D. I just, and I mean this in the nicest way towards my friend. He says, "Oh, when I was purposely making it so Rose was like being nice to Boris and whatnot, I haven't outright told him because I want him to keep his fantasy of him, because he mentioned you didn't expect me to not forgive her, did you?" I did. I did expect him not to. The whole point is to make him question things, not forgive her, but to make him brood and question things as he goes through these changes. Like, it's exactly what I expect, but I don't tell them because I know very well how much they like thinking that they're going past what I expect. Because, like, I expect this certain, like, I know very well when it comes to, like, turns in D&D, for example. I know very well that Mara's player is like, oh shit, it's my turn. Whenever it's Veranic's player, it's, oh, I think I'm going to, actually, how, what do you think? We think it'd be a good idea if I did this, and like kind of chat about it. Then there's Char's player, which is usually, I could do this spell, but I really want to do this spell. And then there's Boris's player, who's always like, I have an idea, but I want to slash. Just walk through, so try to call them a loser, roll nat one, just fell in the river. Honestly, that sounds about right. Like, with my party, it's a bit different, of course, just because we have a different overall, like, way we play. But there's been, I think one of my favorite moments was Mara pushed Char through a door and accidentally activated a trap, and then gaslit Char into thinking that it wasn't Mara who did it and that Char just tripped. And it actually worked. It was freaking hilarious. But, like, that's the type of stuff I, like, my players do. Which, of course, leads to all sorts of, chaos. I honestly really enjoy it, though, when they get to do stuff like that, because I get to see them just have fun. That's one of my favorite parts about being a dungeon master, is just seeing the players have fun like that. Okay, I want to check. God damn it, I knew I was forgetting something. Give me a moment as I go back and grab more hoppers. Feather falling. I know for me, with my party, like, I know I'm not going to be the forever DM anymore, thankfully. Like, they actually want to try. So it's going to be weird for me because I'm so used to always being the dungeon master. Because before this group, I never was not the dungeon master. So it always led to me just being like, okay, I'll be the dungeon master again. And just not thinking twice about it. So the fact that I don't have to be constantly is weird for me. Because it's basically me just going through like, wait a minute. I don't have to be, what the heck? Like, that's what it feels like. Pro Rogue, Drow Ranger, Dwarf Barbarian. The thing is, I don't care if it's optimized or not. Like, the whole point of D&D is fun. Like, of course, not... Like, of course there's limits to, like, not optimizing before it's like, okay, what the fuck? But sometimes it's just fun to be stuff. Like, we have a cleric sorcerer, a fighter, a blood hunter, and a druid rogue. So, like, we have a very colorful group to say, but it doesn't mean it's perfect. Like, definitely has its flaws, I will say. I mean, I don't mind it either. I actually really enjoy the fact that they are happy doing these types of things, and it makes for a better story overall. Because if they're enjoying what they're doing, they're more likely to create stories they enjoy compared to stories that are just meh. And that matters. I'm just gonna take stuff out of these to make sure. Water bottle. Uh-oh. Wait, that's spectral arrows. Okay, that's 15. Let's see. Okay, yeah, I need to keep it there. Okay, yeah, that's now ender pearls specifically. String. Fire charge one. Yeah, this is literally me just trying to figure out where the things went wrong. Leather. Because I knew it went wrong somewhere. I just couldn't tell where. So now, if I take all of this and put it, say, here, we're going to hear some ticking. This is the part I dislike about it, is it just is so loud. So let's do gravel. Why am I putting it down? I should put it at, like, eye level. So, gravel. Barbarian's actually short IRL to make the jork, and don't worry, in the rogue it can randomly appear behind people. Honestly, that's nice. So, and then it's blackstone, blackstone, obsidian. Gravel. Full sabbed. Wish sharpshooter feat didn't specify ranged weapon attacks, including thrown. So, I mean, technically thrown is ranged. So, like, what my party has kind of decided is thrown does count as ranged. Is how we do it, but it depends. It really depends on how you read it. Like, for some people, it just is like, oh. For other people, it's eh. Leather. Fire. Charge. And then quartz. Spectral. Arrows. Non-stackables. Ooh, and then non-stackables. There we go. This looks much nicer, honestly. I am okay. I do need more hoppers, though, which I can make. I've played D&D for a long-ass time now, and I've made plenty of characters. I've just never played as a player character. I have never had that ability. So the fact that my players are like, oh yeah, totally, I want to try DMing. I'm just here like, oh my god, I finally can be a player again. I want to try it. Because that's actually the one place I don't have a lot of, like, knowledge. Is the player side. Maybe you should at least resist it. Would be a crazy combination. I mean, it really depends. Like, I'll never forget some of the stuff I've had players use. Like, Great Weapon Master is not the best as, like, a feat, but I have a player that's using it because they want to. And so far, they've enjoyed it. And they're using a great hammer. They also got into a bit of, like, a talk with the dwarf weaponsmith, and they're like, oh, awesome. So now Veranek now has a giant boomerang that he can throw. Like, instead of getting a warhammer like he planned, he got a giant fucking boomerang. And he's like, and him and the dwarf are like, you think this cut someone in half? Oh, I heard a story about someone who got cut in half by one of these. Crazy shit. And then Veranek like, sick. It's so funny. Like, this is the type of stuff that is normal for my group. But I love it. I enjoy every second of it because there's just something so damn special about having a group of people like that you can just be nerds with. Okay, so 5, 5, 5, 5. Yeah, I'm gonna need some levers. I'm gonna go grab some levers or like buttons so I can just and turn it on and off, like just recharge it. I think that would be worth it. I just really want to try this because this is like all sorts of free stuff for us. Because I want to make sure this works. So we got to give it the stress test. Spruce buttons. I want something that I can see well as well, so plop. I know I only need like 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This should be more than enough, if not just enough. Because if I remember the count right, and I could be wrong, and I'm okay with that. I will say, looking up here now, like this has gotten so much better. And when these guys actually walk off the edge, they then see this, and then they'll just walk right in and get into a little pile. It's actually quite satisfying. I wonder how much fall damage I've taken overall in this at this point. I should probably... There's probably a stat for that. I just want to see them all go. Oh, and then you hear it go up. Oh, yes. Oh, it's so satisfying. Oh my gosh. And we'll see stuff come through. Yeah, look, we're seeing like fire res. Ah! Oh my lord. I just have so much internal joy that that's working. But it also means this is going to be normal. I will say, oh, wrong ones. I'm going to turn that down so that we don't have to hear that, because I have to have like hostile off whenever we're up here because of the piglins, because they are just so damn loud. And then boom. I mean, might as well. Oh, so satisfying. Like the amount of stuff. Like this has all been smelted. And actually, I should probably get like a thing to add extra coal to this. Oh, this is so nice. And I have like backup flow protection if need be until it gets here, because this will like cause like explosions of items. Gravel, blackstone, no extra obsidian or crying, soul sand, brick, and we'll probably see, yeah, leather, quartz, spectral arrows. Oh shit, iron ingots. I forgot about iron. I knew I was forgetting something, but I couldn't remember what, so I was like, it's probably not important. It was in fact important. I mean, I'm not too bothered by it, in all honesty. I could always just add like that later. Probably not now. But God, look at this chest wall. You've decided to a ringtail slime. What? I don't think I've ever heard of that. I think that guy spawned here. I have no idea what a ringtail slime is. The closest thing I can think is like to something that even has that type of look would be a tabby. If it's something from Slime Rancher 2, I've purposely kept my eyes off of Slime Rancher 2 until it fully comes out. Should Slime Rancher 2? Okay. Yeah, I've purposely kept away from Slime Rancher 2 just so I can be surprised when I do play it. Oh, we are getting all the stone we need. Oh, hey, look, it's actually raining again. What a surprise. I don't know why it rains so often in this world specifically, but it does. I haven't figured out if I want to keep this at the same level, but I think I will. Oh, I do want to go grab those mushroom lights real quick. So then I can do stuff. Want to tell you about it then? Okay. Yeah, I'm really excited for it to come out fully. I know Repo's gonna be getting its 1.0 update eventually too. Like, I've watched Repo, I just haven't played it, but I've been meaning to. The issue is getting friends to play it with, because most of my friends aren't usually awake at my time until, like, middle of my day. Or, like, they're going to sleep soon by the time I wake up. Like, that's just how it is. I'm, like, the only one of my friends that has a, like, early schedule, so... Yeah, I've gotten used to being one of the friends that is asleep a lot of the time. But yeah, the reason I am doing this is because I want to decorate this area. And then we are going to put like farms and whatnot in here is the plan. But I'm also using the shroom lights because I want to reduce lag from all the torches, because that can actually cause like lag and whatnot. A lot of people don't realize that. So little fun fact for you there. Torches, in fact, can cause a lot of lag in Minecraft, especially if there's like a lot of them. Though it really just depends. Plus, it's also going to look nicer without as many torches. So like here, I think what I'm going to do is like make a pillar. Kind of go around and whatnot. Like just adding these little bits so that it looks a little more natural. Because I do care about that stuff. Sleep schedule is probably the most so skewed. It matches your online time pretty closely, funnily enough. Honestly, similar here, except mine is more built off like a bunch of things. I know, like, overall, that's just how it is. Everyone's sleep schedule's just a tiny bit different, whether they realize it or not. My issue is I cannot be woken up by alarms or anything. I sleep straight through them. So I have to rely on my body to naturally, like, wake me up. Otherwise, I just do not wake up. And of course, if my body is overly tired, like on Friday, yeah, I sleep way later than normal and I feel like crap because my body's like, this isn't normal time and you were tired and now go back the fuck to sleep. Like, that's what my body basically just says to me outright. It's why I don't stay up late usually either. Like, I'll have, like, I know very well I have friends and family that stay up, like, past midnight. And then there's me who wakes up at 3 a.m., like, normally, unless I'm overtired and whatnot. Like, I can pull all-nighters and stuff, but my body really hates me when I do that. So I usually am careful about that. Same thing when I stream like later. The issue is also time frames with like work, etc. And it's so annoying. That's why I'm just happy to be free this weekend. That's why I'm also happy that I have enough free time that I can just do this and not have to worry about anything today. Like, I could have cleaned a bunch of stuff. I really could have. But it's just going to be cleaning stuff that I've already cleaned recently. So it's like pointless cleaning. It's the busy work type of cleaning that you don't want to do because it can cause more issues than good. I will say, once we get like a bit of gradient in here, this will look so much nicer. A little bit of gradient of like some andesite, some cobble, a little bit of gravel, maybe some deep slate and diorite, some calcite, stuff like that. Ooh, that'll look good. Oh. Huh. Anyways. I think I'm gonna, like... I think a lot of this, because of how, like, long-ended some of this stuff is, I might actually make this, like... Because this is, like, gonna be for farms and stuff. Like, that's the plan I have with this. I want this to have, like, some farms and whatnot in it, but not be too, like, overcrowded and stuff. So it's just gonna take a bit of time, but it'll be worth it. And there are some things that I can easily get rid of, like if it's just dirt. Okay. And then, boom. Because, yeah, if we go over here, as you can see, I can't really do too much about some of those, but yeah. But yeah, I'm going to go through each of these very carefully to make sure I clear them up of the extra, like, torches and whatnot that can cause lag. And then I can do more. I will say, now that I've actually finished playing Split Fiction with my friend and whatnot, if you've never played games by those developers before, like It Takes Two, I highly recommend it. Like, they make really good multiplayer games just overall for like two people, and Split Fiction is no different. But one thing that I heard apparently is there's a possibility we might get a movie of Split Fiction, which is awesome if true. I would love to see a movie of that game. Like, it's such a good game. Like, I could see it fitting very well as a movie. It's one of those games that's like really fun, but also has that stuff that works really well for a movie. So if it does end up getting a movie, that'd be awesome. Because I love how it like turned out as a game overall. It's not my favorite game in the world, but it's still one of those that like really had a good impact. And that matters a lot with games, is impact. Because if a game doesn't have a good impact on you, well, you're not going to remember it. But if it does have a good impact on you, like, you're more likely to remember it. Unless it's a negative impact, which that's a whole separate issue entirely. And then I kind of want to go like this. But Split Fiction was definitely up there in terms of games I really enjoyed. Okay. I remember when this was all grass and dirt. Look at it now, making huge progress. Okay. Still raining, but at least now we can actually get rid of it. Slime a hunter plort didn't... I have a feeling the Scoober's gonna be in trouble. Oh boy. Yeah, Hunter Largos suck. Because they are some of the most annoying pieces of shit to deal with. And that's just a hunter slime issue. That's why I usually mix them with something that is a fruit or veggie eater, is so I don't have to deal with it as much. Because otherwise, it's just going to be a pain in the ass. No ifs, no ands, no buts, not even a single coconut. It's going to suck. Bonk. Oh my gosh. But I remember when Slime Rancher came out and whatnot, like, that game is one of the few games that I can accurately say that it is so cute. It's absolutely insane. Like, it's just one of those games that is so cute that it makes you want to die from just happiness. Because it's... And where, like, the slimes, like, you start to care about them so damn much just because they're too freaking cute. So I gotta give props where props are due for the dev that created it just because of how damn cute it is. Like, whoever designed the slimes in the first place truly knew what they were doing. And I think that's great. I love, like, cute animals in games and whatnot, but it's rare that I truly, like, feel so happy every time I look at a character like that. And Slime Rancher is one of those games that just make me that way. So if anything, props to Slime Rancher where it's due. Like, it is probably the cutest game on the market. And with the second one coming out, Lord knows when, it's like, yeah. I will say, I know Nintendo came out about Switch 2 stuff, related to the US and how pre-orders won't are basically halted in the US until further notice, until more is talked about due to the tariffs, and I'm just here like, yeah, that's expected. I mean, they said it was gonna still be the hard release date, but Lord knows what's gonna come out of that. But I did look a bit more at some of the stuff, and like from the Switch 2, like direct. Like the Donkey Kong game looks really fun, in all honesty. It's cheaper than Mario Kart. It's to the normal like $70 price range you would expect now. So like it's only a theory, but I wonder if the Mario Kart world is that expensive so people are more likely to buy the bundle. Um but even then, still 70 is so damn much. Back in my day, I remember when games were like $20. Like, in all honesty, games used to be so much cheaper. In my mom's words alone, Jesus Christ, I thought they were still like 30 or 40. Nope. Because my mom, like, she, as much as she loves playing video games, she doesn't play them often enough, and she, like, because she just doesn't have that type of time. So it's just kind of like, oh, if only you knew the true pain of it. Like, that stuff really sucks. I'm just gonna let that keep smelting away. Hell, we haven't even moved to the top layer and whatnot with this. So, like, it's just very quiet. Also, the music is very quiet because it's switching songs, and I can tell when it switches songs because I have it in, like, the corner of my screen for me. So, like, I can see off to the side that it's, like, making something, but I don't see, like, the bar parts moving, meaning it is between songs. And whatnot, and it looks fun as hell. But I also know with how my friends are, we would have a lot of fun with it. The issue is getting friends together to play that stuff. But I want to do it. Sometimes you just gotta hope that it works out with that. Because I know I was talking to one of my other friends about it, because he lives on a completely different time frame to me. They use a mod that makes everyone get the upgrades because people like to steal the upgrades in his, and I'm just like, you know, I'm glad that my friends and I are good about sharing stuff in games like this, because otherwise it might be a necessity, but for my friends and whatnot, it's not, because we're good about that stuff. So it does give me a little bit of joy knowing that I have good friends in that regard. Also, I should probably turn on the cobble generator again and get some more cobble going for stone. Cobble generator. Action. Yep, that's gonna get going for a bit. And it won't blow itself up, thankfully. Hopefully. I haven't had that happen yet, but sometimes things surprise you, so you never know. I will say, the storms that have been going through, like, because I know it's been a US problem in general, is like the US has just been getting hit by storm after storm recently, especially where I live. Like, there's been a lot of tornado outbreaks too in Tornado Valley, which is not surprising. It's tornado season, which probably sounds weird to anyone like who doesn't know much about it. But like, of course, with tornado season, loads of tornadoes. But it's looking like a tornado outbreak year from like so far with how many tornadoes we've seen in outbreaks. I mean, we've even seen a couple tornadoes combine. Oh, come on. Note to self, do not leave the chunk. This always seems to happen to me when I leave something just a little too long while like streaming or whatnot. Something always goes wrong. And it even blew up my chests. This is my type of luck in a nutshell. It was working fine for so damn long. No issues whatsoever. But then I leave it for not even 5 minutes. I even showed it off working perfectly fine earlier. But no. The game just decided, nah. Of course. Oh boy. I mean, I can easily fill this in. It's just a nuisance though, because it's like, well, that's the loss of some good redstone. Because redstone is a pain in the ass to lose. Because it's actually like really nice. Okay. And then, boom. And you could see that there's a second floor to this as well, which honestly, I can always go back and fix that. And I probably will off stream. I don't care enough to do it on stream. Because now I'm just sad about it. Because it's like, well, that's like an hour of learning down the drain. Spent way too long trying to get that working in the first place. Okay. That looked better. God. Let's see. It's definitely obvious something happened, and I think I'm gonna fix one small bit. And it's these two blocks. Okay, well, we got cobblestone. That's a pain in the butt to fix. And the lava got destroyed. I'm blocking off the water from going down further right now. And the reason the leaves didn't blow up is because they have water in them. Just so you know. Oh, there are even hoppers here. I mean, I can always come back and fix this later. It's just gonna be a pain in the butt to do so. Okay. Three, 4, 5, 6. I'm just gonna do this because either I'm gonna use the same one or I'm gonna just make it different. Like either way, it's gonna end up being a different look in terms of some stuff. And what I might end up doing is raising this obsidian by a bit and lowering it as well, because it might be worth it in that case. Well, I might as well show you the top layer, because I haven't done really much of anything with it, but the top layer right now, its main access point is this up here. And like it's a smaller area purposefully that I can use to like get into certain areas, but now it just has a big hole in it. Let's get rid of the darkness there. Ugh. I mean, I was already gonna get rid of some of that dirt anyway, but it's like I was actually gonna take time for it, not like blow things up, preferably. So note to self, if I make that again, do not leave a certain radius of it. It will go kaboom. Because it's very precisely timed so that it does not blow everything up. So that was a big loss. You know, I should probably go grab some more carrots. There we go. Foodstuffs. Pop. There we go. Yeah, I'm not gonna stream as long as I normally do just because. But I thought I might as well do something. Okay. And I have been thinking about this, and actually I can show this off because I know I have stuff for it. I just don't have like the mud and the muddy roots, but I can fix that. Like I do not have a lot of mud. Logs, I need birch, spruce, dark oak, roots, and then I need 2 of these. And then I need some sand. So let me show you kind of what I am doing with this. So we'll start with the sand. So my idea here is little bits of sand and whatnot here and there. But basically like move this down, do. And then strip. And then what I can do from there is that would get melded down into the dark oak. And then the muddy mangrove roots. And then so you can kind of see what I'm going for. Like this will basically darken it a bit. And actually, I think if I switch the placements of the muddy mangrove roots here and the mud. Oh yeah, that looks a bit better actually. So you see what I'm going for? It's gonna like get darker closer to the center. That's gonna be my little plan here. So let's, like, get a bunch of this cleared out for sand and whatnot. Oh, shit. I didn't think about that part. Also, we've now moved on to video game beats, funnily enough. So, yay. I mean, nonetheless, though, like, this is gonna look so nice when we're finished, is my hope. Like, I just like a good beach thing. Oops. And then I need some birch. Because I do want to add some that kind of comes up. Because that's going to matter. And the reason I'm using my fist for this part is just to better specify. And also not to break too much sand. But yeah, I think this is like a good way to kind of show how I'm going to do this. Oh, that looks so much nicer. And then I can put like sand here. Okay. And then I can go boop, boop. Yeah, look at that. Because that adds a lot of just texture overall. And then I can put spruce and dark oak and yeah, like go from there. So let me just kind of lightly do this. And then I can... There we go. Let me go grab some more sand. Because, like... Oh my gosh, I love this. Do, 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 do. Boom. Spruce. We are gonna need to get like water and whatnot for mud, like water bottles. Ah, yes. Not too worried about that one. There we go. And then I can just fill this in with sand temporarily. Add bits of birch here and there. Then just strip a bunch of this. Because this is going to add like a nice, just calm bit of stuff. Because adding just enough, but not too much. Because it needs a bit of that just oomph, as one might call it. And then a little bit of that. Oh, this is looking so much nicer. And I did bring enough sand, so I should be able to at least get it moving. Boop, 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 boop. And then boop, 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 boop. Oops. Yeah, I'm just gonna need to do this first. Which, fair. Doesn't make it any less annoying, though. And then I can go here. And you'll actually be able to see, like, what I mean by, like, how good this will look overall, too. So at least there's that. Put one here. Then this. Oh, that's better. And then I can do spruce. Because I basically, the spruce and dark oak will be a lot smaller overall. Like, they'll probably be like 1 to 2 thick in most areas. Just because I want it to look like normal in quotations. Oh, yeah, yes. Then I can do this. Oh, this is gonna be perfect. And then add little bits like that that are just a little bit off. Not too far, but enough. And then, oh, just add a little bit that kind of comes up here again. Oh, perfect. Oh, you can already see the difference. Oh my god, I'm just like having a little happiness moment of just like, ah! Oh, it's so nice when you get to see like a build of yours finally like come together. You get me? Like that's basically what I'm having right now. So it's like really nice to see. I actually want to not grass. I want that to be spruce, and then back a bit with a bit of that dark oak. Oh, look at that. I love palettes in this game because there's so many good palettes that you just would never expect until you finally like use them, which makes it so much more fun to use them. Oh, this is gonna be nice. Okay, boom, 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 boom. And then here. And there, there, there. And then once I'm done with this, like, layering thing, I'm going to do it the water. And you'll be able to see how much nicer it looks underwater too. Because this also is going to be an effect that's going to affect the water. Which is going to be perfect. Okay, and then I'm going to just... There we go. Now I need a bunch of mud. But for that, I need dirt and water bottles. So that's going to be expensive. Logs. Thought I'd need more birch, but I didn't. Sand. Grass. Stone. And then just this much dirt. The rest of this, though. I need water bottle. And you are about to see what it does. So if I do that, it turns it into mud. So are you seeing what I'm going to have to do here? Oops. I'm going to have to do this like in a row, I think. And just hope that not too much is taken up. Okay. Because we're going to need a lot of mud. I'm probably going to do a stack of the rooted and then a stack of the normal. Because I don't remember where the mangrove forest is, so we can't really tear that apart. So we need to do this the long and annoying way. Like, I know there's ways to automate it, but that's a pain in the butt to set up. Nor do I have the redstone for that. That's going to be too slow. I need something easier. Aha! Idea. What if instead I just got good? By that I mean I'm just going to do this real quick. Add bits of like the mangrove root and actually keep it mostly mud instead. And you may think I'm crazy, which is true in a lot of ways. But if I get rid of all of this grass and then the stone, I can just dirt. And if any grass gets into here, I'll just get rid of it again, but then I can do a bit of this. And I know some of this was not like that, so... Like, I know this wasn't, nor this. And then, yeah. I can't remember about this one fully. I think it was like this. And then I need a water bucket because I'm going to do this the easy way for me. In quotations, easy. I need grass, and then I need a bunch more roots. Also, yes, I lost a lot of buckets. Don't ask. It was a long process of my own suffering. You really don't want to know how bad it was. That's the most I'm gonna say about it. It sucked. Okay. Now you see why I'm doing it like this. And then, like, let's say I want to put roots there. I will just pick it back up. So first, let's just... I'm just repeatedly tapping. Okay. And then I can go boom, 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 boom. Oh, this is gonna be nice. And then I can now boom. Okay. And now we can literally just start filling this up normally, and I can show you the water effect I was talking about. I think you're gonna love this. Boop boo doo. And then boom, 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 boom. And then, yep, here we go. It's starting again. A lot of people forget how easy it is to fill this stuff in with water if they just take it bit by bit. Like, it's unironically one of the easier things to do. Just need to get the right things to set up. There we go. See how much nicer that looks, though? With the water, it looks like it's getting darker. So it makes it look deeper than it actually is. Such a great way to do it. That's why I always try to remember about that. Random dirt, random stone. Bow, 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 bow. Bucket based. And then plants. I'll grab like 4 sea pickles and then a little bit of bone meal. Yeah. Then I can take some like lily pads and stuff, or I can make custom lily pads. I've done it before, but I just want to add some normal lily pads. we go. And then I could add like some custom in here eventually, but doesn't that look a lot better already? I never thought I'd be doing like a little mini tutorial on this type of stuff in the future, but here we are. Little bit of oak, bit of dead bush. I do want a bit of the tall and short dried grass. Some bush. I want to see how it fits. Does it fit on sand? Because if so, no. So one thing I can kind of do here is like add like little bushes here. Boo-doo-doo-doo. Because not all of them are going to be big either. Some of them will be smaller. Oops. Like this stuff is being particularly placed. And I'm going to keep that grass there too. And I'm specifically putting these then I want to have a little bit of the dry grass like that. Like that. There we go. And then I'm not going to use dead bushes for this because I don't feel like it's worth it. But I do want some normal grass. Now where's those firefly bushes? I remember them. Just don't know where they are. I do want to add like a few like flowers. Probably some wildflowers here. Where's the firefly bush? Oh, there they are. Me being blind. So can these be placed on sand? No. Yeah, I had a feeling. Basically, I want to do like this across my entire base where it's like very lush. Add like a little extra, put some wildflowers. And then, okay. Because yeah, wildflowers, similar to terracotta, also depend on how you place them. There we go. Now that looks like a good patch. I'm gonna go grab a few more. And then I want your guys' opinions on this. Since I just want to know. Trying to remember. Yeah, it's this one. And then let me just go grab some. I forgot. Those require shears, not silk touch. Which is always annoying to me that requires shears but not silk touch for some reason. We have so many damn flint and steel. Let me just make a pair of shears. It's not expensive. Okay. There we go. Yeah, because I want some of this grass as well. Not a bunch, but I want to add like little patches. I'm definitely going to need a little more though. Okay. I will say, if there's one thing the botanical garden got me good at, it's making these types of things that just feel a lot nicer to be there. And I mean, you guys are seeing just what it looks like firsthand to plant this grass in particular places. I just want to see what this looks like at night through the window, because that's what... Oh, that looks so nice through the window. And I'll add like... Let's see, what do I have in terms of logs and wood? I don't have warped anymore. Oh, I'm out of warped. I used all of it. Shit. Yeah. What about copper-wise? You're about to see me do something crazy. Oh, right. Trapdoors don't work that way. Because trapdoors are weird. Okay, I need these to not be waxed too, so... Let me just quickly... I also want some moss carpet, but I can go and grab that. Okay. The fact that this is how I have to do it says a lot. Ah, crap, it's off. Okay. I want to add just a few of these. Like, not a lot. And then I want to add just... Because there is such thing as too much. And that middle one just... I think it looks better like this. Oh, a lot better. And I'll remove the torches as time comes, but... Now I just need a little moss carpet. That is one big ass thunder. I don't know if you guys heard that, but holy moly. Okay, let's see. Um, there it is. And then I can grab those. I'm gonna need this. Because copper trapdoors also work for this. I just want to see what this is going to look like. I don't need a lot. I just need a little. And then I can do a little like this. Oh, this looks so nice. Like it looks like actual like algae and whatnot. And actually, I'm going to keep these carpets in my carpet chest so that I have it. I just want to see what this looks like. Oh, that's nice. Honestly, I think I'm going to leave it here just with this. Either way, for those of you who are not already part of it, !dislab. I stream every Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. CST. Sometimes I'll stream on days I don't normally stream, and I announce that on the Discord. I also announce if I'm sick or something happens, like what's been happening recently. It's a lot of personal stuff going on, but other than that, !YouTube, if you want to see any of the cool stuff that happens on YouTube, like today, every Tuesday, Saturday, and Sunday, 8 a.m., new VOD comes out on the VOD channel. I try to remember to do that stuff when I'm sick in any way, but 50-50 in some cases, depending how busy I am. Normally I go for about 4 hours, but today is normal not doing stuff day, so